A single tear rolls down the cheek of a young boy as he awakens from a nightmare, gasping for breath. The year is 2087, and the world is dark. Neon lights bleed across the smog-ridden night sky, while towering holographic advertisements blare their mindless messages to anyone who will listen. He lives in a dilapidated apartment building with his mother, barely scraping by in the sprawling city of Nightwind. Life is hard, but it's all he's ever known. One night, while walking home from school, the boy slips through the fingers of a pair of Hook Corp security drones, making his way down an abandoned service shaft. At the bottom, he meets a mysterious girl who introduces herself as Tiger Lily. She reveals that she's part of a secret, network of children led by a legendary hacker known only as Peter. Together, they navigate the neon-lit cyberpunk jungle of Neverland, dodging Hook Corp security drones and guards while searching for Peter. They arrive at a hidden nightclub, where Peter is playing a holographic game with some other kids. But when he learns that Wendy's brother has been captured by Hook Corp, Peter gathers his gang, and they go to rescue him. They infiltrate the company's headquarters, avoiding laser grids and patrolling guards. Finally, they reach the server room where the boys are held captive. Peter hacks into the system, releasing the boys just as Hook Corp security arrives. They fight back, using their wits and improvised weapons against the guards. Somehow they manage to get away with the boys. Back at the hideout, Peter tends to John's wounds, revealing that he too was captured by Hook Corp in the past. He managed to escape but swore never to allow any child to be imprisoned again. As the Lost Boys play holographic games, Wendy tells her brother about Peter, explaining that he's just a kid who refused to grow up, because he hates how boring and corporate the world has become. John still doesn't understand why Peter isn't scared of Hook Corp, but Wendy assures him that Peter can do anything. The next day, Peter and the gang prepare to defend themselves against an inevitable attack from Hook Corp. But before they can, Wendy's family arrives to take her home. Peter begs her not to leave, but she insists that she needs to take care of her little brother. As Wendy says goodbye, Peter promises to find her again. Soon after, Hook's forces arrive, but Peter and the Lost Boys fight them off. In the ensuing battle, Peter is injured and the others retreat to the hideout's basement level. There they discover an old arcade game that transports them to a fantasy world. It's here that Peter reveals the truth about himself. He isn't immortal, and he will eventually have to face the consequences of his actions. But for now, he leads the charge, attacking Hook Corp's headquarters once again. This time they have prepared for the attack and easily defeat the guards, making their way to the top floor to confront Hook himself. But Hook proves to be more than they bargained for. His cybernetic enhancements make him incredibly powerful, but Peter manages to defeat him. In the ensuing struggle, Hook falls through a window and onto the street below, where he is crushed by a passing transport. With Hook defeated, Peter returns to the hideout to find Wendy there waiting for him. Together, they decide to leave Neverland and go out into the wider world, confident that they will be able to make a difference. Hey guys, what did you think of the story? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like and share if you enjoyed watching. The year is 2087. Technology has advanced at an unprecedented rate, but society has regressed into chaos. Megacorporations have replaced governments, and the general public are kept under surveillance by an omnipresent security force. One such company is Hook Corporation, which specializes in cutting-edge technology and ruthless efficiency. Peter Pan is a legendary hacker who has managed to evade the authorities for years. He is said to have a vast network of allies and informants, and is always one step ahead of the law. However, no one has ever seen him, and many believe he is nothing more than a myth. But Peter is real, and he is closer than anyone realizes. John and Wendy Darling are siblings who live in the slums of Nightwind City. Their mother died when they were young, and they have been left to fend for themselves on the streets. They are smart and resourceful, but they are also innocent and naive. Tiger Lily is a streetwise orphan who has been living on her own since she was a toddler. She is tough and resilient, but she is also loyal and compassionate. She becomes one of Peter's most trusted allies. Captain Hook is the ruthless CEO of Hook Corp. He is brilliant and charismatic, but also cold and calculating. Will stop at nothing to crush Peter and destroy his network. The story begins with John and Wendy Darling trying to make their way through the crowded streets of Nightwind City. They are on their way to school, but they are late, and they are worried about getting caught. Suddenly, John spots a small group of children playing a virtual reality game in an abandoned arcade. He begs Wendy to let him join them, but she refuses, insisting that they have to get to school. He reluctantly agrees, but he can't help but peek back at the children as he walks away. Meanwhile, Tiger Lily is making her way through the city's underbelly. She is on her way to meet Peter Pan, but she is being followed by a pair of Hook Corp security drones. She manages to shake them off, and she makes it to a rundown apartment building where she knows Peter is hiding. Inside the apartment, Peter is meeting with a group of children. They're all part of his network, and they gather regularly to plan their next move against Hook Corp. Peter is charismatic and inspiring, and the children are eager to do whatever he asks of them. As the meeting is about to end, Tiger Lily arrives and tells the children that Wendy's brother has been captured by Hook Corp. Peter wastes no time in gathering his team. He knows that Wendy and John are in danger, and he is determined to save them. The team infiltrates Hook Corp's headquarters, avoiding laser grids and patrolling guards. Finally, they reach the server room, where John is being held captive. Peter hacks into the system and releases John just as Hook Corp security arrives. They fight back using their wits and improvised weapons against the guards, and somehow they manage to get away with John. Back at the hideout, Peter tends to John's wounds and reveals that he too was captured by Hook Corp in the past. He managed to escape, but swore never to allow any child to be imprisoned again. In the aftermath of the battle, Peter and the gang prepare to defend themselves against an inevitable attack from Hook Corp. But before they can, Peter begs her not to leave, but she insists that she needs to take care of her little brother. As Wendy says goodbye, Peter promises to find her again. Soon after, Hook's forces arrive, but Peter and the Lost Boys fight them off. To watch the rest of the story, click the link above or the picture on the right corner.
Thank you for watching.